Now ETN to start the drive. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it.
But he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Lawrence. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Lawrence to Jones, first down, Jacksonville. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
On play action, Lawrence. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Man, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done, because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Trayvon Walker racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. Brett Maher now for the Cowboy field goal. The kick by Maher is good, and the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Flush to his right. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Hey, Charlie, look at me. Zipper. Let's go. Check in.
On third down, Lawrence. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brand.
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their second straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll go again with Etienne. And he powers his way up past the 30. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
On first down, Lawrence. Screenplay, here's Etienne. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach is off go.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
And I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. The kick by Maher is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
From the 27, Lawrence. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Lawrence to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Pollard is in. Touchdown, Dallas. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run. Give it right back to him and let him cap things off.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out and start the drive at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Lawrence. Step, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dante Fowler coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them? And do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Third and short yardage. Prescott eluding the pressure right. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified. I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Etienne once more. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Etienne. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And his kick here is good. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. Dances by at the 20. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 94 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys are able to add on to their first-half lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Play action. It's Lawrence. Looking downfield for Jones. And my goodness, another interception. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Prescott. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 23 yards on the play. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now Prescott. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First down, Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Andre Cisco. And the Jags are going to take possession here at their own 33.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence. Looking for the out route here, and it's completed to Kirk. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
ETN up the middle. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Another tote for ETN.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 2nd and 12, Lawrence. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Throwing, Prescott. And that is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
On 2nd down, Prescott again.
Able to hit his target, Lamb.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Prescott. Flushed out right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
On 2nd and 10, Prescott looking middle, and it's incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Prescott yet again. Escaping the pressure right. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Trayvon Walker able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action from Jacksonville. They go play action with Lawrence. Flush to his right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
The offense on 3rd down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. Now Lawrence to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's directly 7 picks between. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Jags are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. So certainly a big mistake there, Charles. 1st and goal, and they throw the interception.
Oh, that's just agonizing for a team because you still got at least 2, maybe 3 downs in your pocket. So if it's not there on 1st down, there is no sense in trying to force something. Instead, they turn the ball over.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. In motion goes the tight end. They go play action now. Lawrence. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yeah, let's go set rush. Hey, check Mike 6.
Now Lawrence. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
147 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Prescott on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. Touchdown, Cowboys! Tony Pollard with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Tony Pollard, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know that...
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
A give, it's ETN off the option.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Lawrence giving to ETN here on the option.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
On the move to his left. It's caught inside the 25.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 23.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
A give, running right, ETN.
And able to work his way down to the 16.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Lawrence.
The quick slant caught.
And the Jaguars are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. They'll run with ETN.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1.
2nd and goal from the 1. One more time with ETN.
And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
Going for it, here's Etienne. And I don't think he got in. He didn't. He's stoned at the 1-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Throwing here, Prescott. And my goodness, another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Dallas, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia